Welcome everyone to this video where we are going to learn about logical operators in Python. And there are three operators in Python that we will look at today: logical and, logical or, logical not. And most of us, we already know what is and, or, and not operation means. But in terms of Python and how we can actually use it, I will just give you the brief overview. So as you all remember, uh, the x and y here represents Boolean values. Boolean values are what? The Boolean values represent either true or false, 0 or 1, okay? 1 and 0. So x is true, y is false, and when we write and as a logical operator, so there are three logical operators that I mentioned, which is and, or, and not. So if I say x and y, it means x and y both should be true in order to have the output to be true. In first case, x is true, y is false. So the output will be false. In the second case, x or y. So when we say x or y, either x or y should be true. So let's explain it again. So for an AND operation, what should be happen? X and y both should be true. Whereas in the OR logical operation, or either x or y should be true. So either x or y should be true. One of them should be true. If both are false, the output will be false. In this case, x is true, y is false, so the output will be true because x is still true, whereas y is false. Not x, or negation. Sometimes we call it negation as well, not as well. Not, what does not do? It just reverses the state of the input provided. So if x was true, what will happen? Invert the state from true to false and vice versa. Okay? So if x is true, the result will become false when we write not along with x. So I will run this with Control Enter or by either pressing this run cell button, and you can see the result that x and y is false because x is true and y is false. And then we can say x or y result is true because one of them is true. And when I do not operation on x, x was true, performing a not operation on it will make it false. Let's make one or two few changes in this, and we'll play with it. I'm just gonna copy paste it all. I will add a new cell and then we'll paste it here. This time what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change the value of x to be false. Let's see what will happen now. And in this case, if I run it, you can say x and y. We know for AND or logical operator, both should be true, but they both are false, so the output will be false. For the OR operation, x is false, y is false. Either x or y should be true, but both of them are not true in this case, so the result will be false. X had a value of false, so not operator will do what? Not operator will invert the value of x. So if x has false, it will return true. Let's copy it again, and we try one more example, adding a new cell. And so I mentioned earlier, you can press key B on the keyboard to add a new cell, or you can click here to add a new cell on the code button. I'll paste it here again. This time I will change the value of both of them to be true. And run it again. So you can see when I did print x and y, x and y both were true, so the result is true. X or y both are true, so result is still true. This time the x was true again, and a not operator on x will return false. Moving on, we can even have multiple conditions from comparison operators, and we can perform logical operation on them. For example, 5 greater than 3 is a comparator operator used here. Greater than is a comparison operator we discussed in previous videos, and now 5 greater than 3 will return true. 10 less than 20 is also going to return us true, and true, when both values are true, the result will be true as well. And in the same way, when we come here, 5 is less than 3 or 10 is less than 20. 5 is not less than 3, so this thing will be false. And 10 is less than 20, this is true. So one of them should be true. The first one is false, but the second one is true, so the result will be true. Now coming here to the not logical operator, 5 greater than 3 is true, correct? 5 is greater than 3, so the result will be true. And by taking a not logical operator, applying a not logical operator on the result, it will convert true to false, so the result will be false. If you have any confusion in the comparison operators, please watch my other video for the comparison operators, and you can get better understanding on comparison operators as well. And I will run this cell. So the first one is true, as we knew, because both conditions were true and true, so result is true. In the OR case, the first condition was false and the second was true. One of them should be true to make the result of OR logical operation to be true. And then we have this not operator, which converted a true result into false. So that was all about the logical operators in Python. Next, we will learn about the identity operators. Please stay with me in the next video so you can also learn about the identity operators. I'll see you in the next video.